Sanbonani Dumelang Goeiedag. South Africa's greatest crisis since 1994 must be the fact that South Africa has failed to create jobs. 66% of young people cannot find work, 70% of these are black South Africans. On Wednesday, my colleagues and I launched a new economic plan for South Africa for some of the things we can do in the short term, and we launched it at a TVET college in Roodepoort. For this is where South Africa's young people will leave here and not be able to find work. The plan encompasses a number of aspects, but I want to focus on three. The three most critical, in our view, is the fact that we have to have a stable energy supply. We have to ensure that we address the labor regulatory framework. And then thirdly, we must make it easier for people to start their businesses by eliminating red tape. Let me unpack some of these. When it comes to the issue of energy, it's clear that government cannot afford to have continued load shedding. It affects all our sectors, in the manufacturing sector, in the mining sector, and ultimately the general economic growth. And key to this is that Eskom must avail part of its share to be available to private investors to come on board so we can deal with its short-term shortfall. Secondly, we must address the burdensome regulatory framework in the labor market. We must make it easier for small businesses to be able to hire people. 2/3 of South Africans are employed by small businesses. And what's critical is that we cannot burden small businesses with cumbersome regulation. We must give time for small businesses to be exempt from certain regulations that are in place. We must amend the Labour Relations Act to allow for secret balloting so that people can make a decision as to whether they want to strike or not strike. We cannot be giving unions more power to exert their will over employees. South Africa must make it easier for people to trade, and therefore we believe we need a red tape commission. This will consist of organized labor, business, academics and business incubators to make it easier for small businesses to trade, so we can eliminate red tape and make business processing far easier so that we can have small businesses grow and employ more people. South Africa is a beautiful nation and should be a hub and a place where more tourists can come in. That's why tourism is such a key sector of our economy. We need to do everything possible to make it easier for people to be able to come into South Africa. And the latest visa regulations do the exact opposite. Crucial in two areas. We believe we must take away the requirement for people to be able to have biometric fingerprints to come to South Africa to apply for visas. And secondly, we need to remove the unabridged birth certificates. Addressing South Africa's economic crisis will take a number of years, but we need to act immediately if we're going to stop the amounts of jobs that have been lost in many sectors. I have outlined a number of interventions that we can do immediately. We desperately need growth to ensure that we can create more jobs. You can read up on more of our interventions on our website. This is a journey towards Vision 2029.